I'm Danielle Freese. I view God as my best friend. I never did before, and I didn't know that that was even allowed. When I was Mormon, I've given a lot of authority into man. I had given authority that Dan had more authority over my life, that my bishops had more authority over my life, and so on, and it went up and up until it reached the president of the Mormon church. So I had like all of these degrees between me and the Father. So I didn't really know how to address him. I didn't really know how to reach him. And so when that all dissolved, when the Lord met us, I remember there was this tension, and I remember thinking that any question I had, I still felt like I needed to run to Dan to fill an answer and all of that. It didn't feel comfortable that I could just go to God. So that did begin to happen. I started asking him to prove himself to me of how much he loved me, especially when times were really rough and really hard. I'd be driving in the car and my identity was feeling torn, and I just would say, Jesus, how much do you love me? I need to know right now, like I need to know who you are, God. And it was raining at the time, and he said that every raindrop that was coming down right now was him just saying, yes, I love you, yes, I love you, yes, I love you. And maybe because of the stubbornness in my heart, I just said, okay, that's great, but do you love me more than that? And he said, yes, I love you more than that. And he said, I'll prove it to you. And next 10 minutes, it downpoured all the way to Costco. And I'm crying and just praising the Lord. My kids are in the back of the car, and they're like, are you okay, Mom? I said, yes, Jesus loves me. He's telling me he loves me. I love the rain. And so that began to happen. That began to be my heart cry to, like, I want to really know him, and I want to have this relationship with him. A lot of my upbringing and the shame and the place of identity where I was at, not knowing who I was, started into a lifelong eating disorder and clear into our marriage, so probably a good 15, 20 years. About the time when we were getting to meet the Lord a couple of years ago, I felt the Lord just saying, I want you to surrender this to me. Like fully surrendered it. And at the time I wasn't battling it as much as I had before, but it was still there, and it was definitely a medication. It was definitely a go-to when things got really hard. And I would put it off. I liked that was kind of in the background for comfort's sake to just hang on to. So, when I was really stressed or when he was frustrating me, I could just go to my place and isolate and be in that negative place. But there was one day I'm driving in the car, and it was so loud in the car of him saying, Danielle, it's time to fully surrender this. And he'd been asking me and inviting me for a good year or two at that point. And I just like cried out. I'm like, I can't. I'm just so scared. I can't give it up. But he said, I'm safe. Like, you can trust me. And I remember just saying, like, this is like all I know, God. This is like what I run to when things are tough. And he said, I want to be the person that you run to. And he, again, like, just showed me like he was safe and that I could trust him. And so that was the time that I finally was like, okay. So just surrendering and giving that to him, not having to carry that. But I was so scared to like let go of, because then I'm like, but then what am I gonna do next time I get stressed, or next time he frustrates me, and God's just like, I am the one who helps you. You can trust me. You don't need to be afraid. I am your refuge. And his word is so alive because he just kept speaking his truth over me.